right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Tonight, a wall of heroes.
The cost of freedom is high.
The moving memorial honoring our fallen soldiers.
That fall feel, it's definitely in the air when another batch of even cooler air is set to move into the bi-state region.
Our top story, the tragic death of a 4-year-old girl shot by a sibling.
There's no reason for this to occur.
The new call for parents who stock up to lock up. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. Kelly Jackson has the night off. Tonight, St. Louis police are investigating the shooting that happened around midnight in the Baden neighborhood on Thrush Avenue. Investigators say 4 children were left at home with an easily accessible gun while their mom went to the store. 5 on Your Side's Annie Crawl is live at police headquarters with more from police and gun safety advocates. Annie.
Mike, we still don't know the name of that 4-year-old girl who was shot, but we do know she was a twin. Police saying that the other children at home were 10 and 9 years old, and it was one of them at the house who pulled the trigger. A chilling scene overnight Monday in the 700 block of Thrush Avenue. Police responding to a call and finding a 4-year-old girl shot.
How heartbroken we are over this awful and avoidable tragedy.
One officer performed CPR in the backseat as another drove to the hospital, but she died shortly after arriving.
This is going to be one of those that I can assure you they will not forget this.
Mitch McCoy with St. Louis Metro Police said no adults were inside the home.
When the mom left to go to the store, there were 2 kids that ended up finding that firearm and accidentally pulling the trigger on it.
Shot by a sibling, one of the children called 911. When police arrived, the mom was still not back.
4-year-old girl is dead, and it was preventable if that firearm would have been locked up and stored away.
A volunteer with Lock It for Love, Karen Cloyd, said they've passed out almost 6,000 free gun locks over the years.
Well, even if you think you have it hidden somewhere where a child's not going to figure out what it is, where it is, there's always that chance that somebody's following you around and sees you where you hide something. So it has to be secured, it needs to be in a locked case.
Back in January 2023, a similar tragic situation played out just 2 miles away on Thrush Avenue. A 3-year-old boy was shot and critically injured after being shot by a sibling. Precious Jones, founder of Breaking Generational Poverty, is fighting for more gun locks.
So in that area where mom lives, that is a high crime area. So it makes me wonder, why did mom have a gun? Did mom have a gun in the home because she was a single mom, so she feels she has to protect her children?
In partnership with Metro Police, locks are now available at Cardinal Glennon.
Especially in the younger age group where they can access firearms and maybe not realize that they are real weapons, and the implications of playing with them.
Police say they're still investigating how long the mom was at the store for when her 4-year-old daughter was shot and if she left the kids at home before. They say they're also already talking to the circuit attorney's office about possible charges if needed. Reporting live at St. Louis Police Headquarters, Annie Crawl, 5 on Your Side.
A funeral will be held Thursday for a Columbia High School sophomore who died in a car accident. Crawford Bryant was a passenger in a car when it crashed on Hanover Road in Monroe County on Sunday. 3 other students were hurt. Police still investigating the cause of the crash. The school superintendent tells us this is a tragic loss for the small community.
All the school districts around here have reached out and have sent us social workers or counselors to help us with our needs. And so today we ran through a schedule, but we had a bunch of counselors in the library being able to work with students that wanted to process through this tragedy.
Brian's funeral is Thursday morning at 10 at Order Park in Columbia. There will be no school that day, so students and staff can attend the funeral. Now to our weather impact forecast. A cool night across the St. Louis region. However, we're in for a Wednesday warm-up. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking a brief return to the heat and humidity.
And we put that in parentheses, Mike. I don't know if you had a chance to get out, Mike, and see the sunset this evening. This was from Augusta. Jill shared this with us on the 5 on Your Side Weather Watchers Facebook group page tonight. I mean, we've had some really stunning sunrises and sunsets over the last 24 hours. Reason being is you had those high clouds streaming overhead from this moisture down to the south. Those high, thin clouds are starting to thin out quite a bit north and west of St. Louis. Already outlying areas in the coolest spots are around 60. Lambert's actually dropped to 69 degrees, which means tomorrow morning it will be another crisp start for us around St. Louis. Your weather headlines, it's another comfortable night for sure. Warmer Wednesday and Thursday, with Thursday being the hottest day of the week, and there is a very low rain chance for us on Friday. But heading out the door tomorrow morning, leaves already starting to fall off the trees, right around 60 in town, outlying areas in the 50s. So the kids, more likely than not, need a little light jacket as they head out the door to the bus stop tomorrow morning. We'll see you in a few minutes, Mike.
Right now, a man accused of recording at least 2 people in changing rooms at the St. Louis Galleria is out of jail. At least one of those victims is a minor. Police say Peter Christian Spezia faces 2 counts of invasion of privacy for videos he took in the changing room of the Urban Outfitters. Officers say he had more than 500 pictures of women in the changing rooms. Spezia bonded out of jail just hours ago. Tonight, the Osage Beach community honored the life of a fallen police officer. Officer Felicia Carson died while responding to a high-speed chase in Camden County. Community members gathered at the Osage Beach Police Department to pay their respects. She leaves behind a husband and 6 children. People in the community say it's going to be a long road to healing.
Moving forward, give them time, give the family space. They got a long road. This is not something that's going to be fixed overnight. It's going to take a while.
Carson's funeral visitation is scheduled for Thursday in Lake Ozark. A funeral procession will follow. The public is encouraged to line the streets. Governor Mike Parson commented on the loss today. In a statement on X, he said, quote, "Teresa and I lift up her family and the Osage Beach community in our prayers. Officer Carson will not be forgotten." Tonight, Ferguson police officer Travis Brown continues to recover from pneumonia. His family posted an update a few hours ago on his GoFundMe page. They say his lungs are their biggest concern, especially the right one. Officer Brown has been in a coma since suffering a brain injury on August 10th when a protester tackled him. His family is thanking everyone for their continued support. There are a couple of fundraisers this weekend for Officer Brown. Brown played football at Melville High School. The Football Alumni Association is hosting a fundraiser Friday night at the game against Northwest. They'll be selling shirts and collecting donations. Montre Cigar Lounge in Ferguson is hosting a fundraiser at noon on Sunday. New tonight, the mayor of St. Louis is taking us on an exclusive tour of an agency with a goal of significantly reducing crime in the region. Our Justina Cornell shows us how they plan to do it.
Mental health should be addressed just like your physical health.
That's why it's one component of an initiative called Save Lives Now. It's a regional approach aiming to reduce homicides and shootings by 20% over 3 years. The program will use 3 methods: focused deterrence, street outreach, and cognitive behavioral health.
To help people make different choices when they experience trauma or have been the victim of trauma.
The St. Louis organization Ignite Hope offers mental and behavioral health services, particularly after traumatic events.
To a myriad of different communities. They have a program specifically for LGBTQIA communities, for our seniors, for those who are experiencing trauma after suicide.
St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones sets her eyes on their work.
This space is beautiful. It's also calm, and it's representation, which is really important. A lot of times African Americans think seeking mental health services is taboo, and this space offers a healing environment.
And their office is in conversations with Ignite Hope to be another tool to tackle crime.
We're trying to build new muscles within our city services to connect people to the resources that they need to be well.
Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
The Save Lives Now initiative still has to do training and implementation to get going. The program could begin early next year. After shutting down a controversial road project, Arnold city officials are still facing a recall. Tonight, community members collected signatures. They also sold T-shirts and hats to raise awareness for the movement. The road project would have led multiple businesses to being shut down and forced several families to move.
I haven't met too many people that support the project. Most people that I've met agree that eminent domain, alleged illegal activity, danger in a road, it doesn't make any sense. So we've gotten a lot of support from the residents.
The group has collected 20% of the signatures they need for a recall. They'll be back out collecting on Thursday. The recount vote in the St. Louis City Sheriff's race is taking longer than expected. Voting officials originally told 5 on Your Side they'd have results by this afternoon. Tonight, they say they're only halfway through counting the 45,000 votes, and they won't have results until tomorrow. Alfred Montgomery beat Sheriff Vernon Betts by less than 1% of the vote in the August primary. New tonight at 10, the National Fallen Heroes Memorial Wall has made its way to O'Fallon, Missouri. It will be on display 24/7 for several days ahead of the 23rd anniversary of the September 11th attacks. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski takes us to the 28-foot moving tribute honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
7,118 U.S. military men and women who died while serving during the global war on terror are honored on this 28-foot traveling memorial.
Over 4 times that many veterans have taken their own life because of PTSD. If you think about the number of people that this touches, the family members that are lost, and then the veterans, we lose up to 22 veterans a day from suicide. The veterans need our help.
The dog tag wall made its way to the Mid-America Veterans Museum in O'Fallon for the first time in 2022 and makes its way back with 7 new names added to the list.
And then we lost 3 National Guardsmen in Jordan just recently. So very quietly, almost under the radar, our troops are still out there at risk.
There are 50 gold stars on the wall here in O'Fallon, and each one represents the families of the fallen heroes and the sacrifice they made.
It just breaks your heart when you look at this wall of what people have done to create the freedoms that some of us take advantage of these days.
The wall will be on display for 132 hours straight for everyone to visit at any time.
There happens to be about 150, 160 Missourian men and women around here and Metro East Side. You got Jared Schmidt, who 3 years ago, just last August 26, was killed on a humanitarian mission at the Kabul airport.
Veterans built the memorial, and now museum director Nina D'Angelo and other volunteers like Jim Higgins will do their part watching over the wall while people pay their respects.
It's important to me because I'm a veteran myself, and so just getting the word out there to let people know we're here. We preserve and we tell stories of veterans.
If it wasn't for people like this that were willing to make the sacrifice, we may lose our freedoms.
Reporting in O'Fallon, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
And there will be a special ceremony at the museum tomorrow at 7. All are welcome. The wall will come down on September 8th. A veteran's service dog goes AWOL.
I'm trying my best to keep on going.
The search now stretching months and the vow not to give up. Social Security scam.
Of course I panicked.
The warning signs you need to know to keep your identity safe.
Well, many of us are still quite dry, and the rain chances aren't promising. Tonight, we are tracking the 1 chance of rain we'll see over the next 7 days, and we're already looking ahead toward the upcoming weekend.